at least 80% of people at networking events just talk about themselves. Alright guys, and welcome back to another business vlog. Tips, thoughts, musing, advice, actionable stuff you can put into your business today. Sorry, I've been on the road, as you know, and my brain's left me apparently. Still in Loughborough. Anyway, got back quite late last night and a very enjoyable time. Really good talk, good group of people. Yeah, enjoyed it. Anyway, got me thinking. Part of what they did yesterday was this bit about networking, and as networking was probably one of my most successful routes to market back in the early days, I was kind of known for being pretty much at the opening of an envelope, that I would talk about it today because that's what you guys are hopefully here to hear. So I've come up with five tips for networking success. So tip number 1, get there early and leave late. A couple of reasons for that. One, it kind of shows that you're there for the long haul, you're there because you need to be there, you want to be there, but actually because it's easier as well. If you're there early, it's a lot easier, I think, to be in a room which fills up around you than it is to get into a room where everyone's talking. You've got to try and work out who to speak to and all those kind of things. So getting there early is for that reason, and leaving late is because you never know what kind of conversations you're going to have, and if you leave early you might miss some opportunities. So that's kind of number 1. Number 2 is to have a plan. Again, if you turn up to a networking event with a plan, you're less likely to be a bit less nervous. You know who you're going to go and target, you know how you're going to do it, and you can carry out that plan when you get there. So rather than just rocking up and being like, wonder who to talk to today, some of you would be fine with that. I'm fine with that. You might be as well, but I know a lot of people fall into the category of not being fine with that. So having a plan is pretty key. The third tip is to remember that you're not there for the food and drink. Okay? The number of people that I go to networking events with who complain about the food and drink blows my mind. You're there to do business, you're there to meet people, to build relationships. Tip 4, listen. Right? Don't be one of those people that goes up to people and spouts your 30-second commercial, whatever you want to call it, at other people. Go up to people and listen to them. And in order to listen, you might need to prompt that by asking some questions as well. But it's pretty key here is that if you go and just tell people about yourself, you're going to see glazed looks and people switching off all around you. It's going to happen. I'm not a massive fan of the kind of 30-second commercial. Look, I know it's important to be able to say what you do and who you are and why someone might want to do business with you, or give them some tips and leave them thinking about you. But actually, I far prefer, and it's been more successful for me, immediately turning that question on them. If they ask me what I do, sometimes I just say, look, I run a digital agency, but tell me more about what you do. Because I'm confident in my abilities that once I get to hear about what they do, I will be able to start to move the conversation in a way that actually gets them knowing what I do as well, and I might spot opportunities for places that I can use third-party stories. That's funny, you should say that because I helped another business like yours do this. That's quite key, because I would guess at least 80% of people at networking events just talk about themselves. Is that unfair? It's pretty high anyway. And tip 5, final tip, is to follow up. How many people don't follow me up? In fact, it's incredible. Like, how many people have I met at networking events that haven't bothered to follow up with me before? When I started this business 17 years ago, there wasn't any kind of social media or anything like that. So we used to go back and we used to put a business card into a email database and send them an annoying email every month and probably upset them. But these days, that is not an excuse. You have social media, you have LinkedIn, go back, find them online, ask to connect with them, say it was nice to meet them that day, and then carry that conversation on from there. There is no excuse to not follow up these days. You're not going to be annoying if you do that. It's kind of what people expect. And the chances of you being able to sell to someone on the first time are nigh on zero. So if you can connect with somebody later on, there's a chance they might see something you do later on, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, and then need you. So if you don't follow up, you are missing out on those opportunities as well. So networking for small businesses is one of the best ways of getting new opportunities, but it does take practice and a kind of plan to make the most out of it. And hopefully those 5 tips will be a good start for you. So, can't believe it's taken me till 240 odd to do networking. Craziness. Anyway guys, until then, I'll see you next time.